For the maintenance of your Renner scroll compressor, you need a screwdriver, an air pistol and a marker, lubrication spray, a 17mm screw wrench, a plastic hammer and a hex wrench, a grease gun and a piece of cloth, a tin of grease and a spatula, a pair of pointed pincers, a 15mm screw wrench, and a torque wrench. Remove first the 6 M6 cross-recessed head screws. Then, take off the side duct. Blow and clean the fins of the fixed and orbiting scroll with an air gun. Clean the cooling fins before disassembling the fixed scroll in order to prevent dirt from entering the scroll. Then, remove the 9 cross-recessed head screws and take off the fan duct cover. Blow out the cooling fan with an air pistol. Mark the position of the 4 M10 nuts before unscrewing them by 1 turn. Then, unscrew the 4 nuts by 1 turn. In the next step, lubricate the 2 knock pins with the lubrication spray. Take the plastic hammer and knock slightly the fixed scroll in order to detach it. The 4 nuts and washers can be removed. Now, remove the fixed scroll. Carefully detach the fixed scroll from the orbiting scroll. Make sure not to hit or to shake the elements when separating them. Now tip seal, backup tube and face seal of the fixed scroll will be removed. By means of a fine hex wrench or a fine pointed tool, this can be done easily. Make sure not to scratch the surface. Repeat the action at the orbiting scroll until all seals are removed. Now, clean the scroll surfaces with a cloth. Now the new seals from the maintenance kit can be placed. Start with the outer tip seal. Look out for the recess on the seal and its analog at the groove of the scroll spiral. Let the spiral seal protrude 1 mm from the edge of the groove. Install the tip seal with the smooth side on top. Then install the inner tip seal. There should be no gap between the inner and outer tip seal. In the middle and at the end, a small gap remains. Now, install the backup tube and face seal. Press them in the groove-like circular outer depression. The face seal will be placed on top of the backup tube. Repeat the installation of seals at the orbiting scroll. Pay attention to the correct insertion of the seals into the recesses. Remove the rubber plug in order to gain access to one of the 3 grease nipples. Please use the Renner recommended Yamada grease gun for the greasing procedure. Pull the chain and loosen the grease gun cylinder from the top. Then, fill the grease gun cylinder with the recommended grease and close it. Tap it once or twice to degas and to fix the grease. Unlock the chain and stow it in the cylinder. Keep pumping until grease comes out of the nozzle. If no grease comes out, it can be due to air inside the cylinder. Unscrew slightly the top from the cylinder so the air inside can escape. Now, grease the main shaft nipple according to the model with 15 or 22 strokes. Deduce the number of strokes according to the model through the maintenance manual. Now continue greasing the 3 eccentric bearings according to the model with 4 strokes each. Turn the main shaft until the grease nipples are at their lowest point. In the table defining 8 and 10 bar pressure, you can see after how many hours the bearings need to be greased. Then you grease them with 4 strokes. Afterwards, the rubber plug can be put back on. Now, the 2 brushes will be replaced. This only applies to the scroll air end 7.5 CB. Remove first the pulley disc. At this point, you loosen and remove the fan duct. Then you remove the 2 bolts and you replace the brushes. You must use the new brushes from the maintenance kit. As soon as the 2 bolts with the new brushes have been fitted, the fixed and the orbiting scroll elements can be remounted. Put the fixed scroll element onto the 2 knock pins of the casing. The distance between the 2 elements must be parallel and less than 2 millimeters. First, tighten by hand the 4 M10 nuts with washers. Then use a torque wrench. Afterwards, the fan duct can be fitted and attached, followed by the cooling fan and fan duct guard. Turn the pulley disc for testing by hand in the indicated direction. Now, the side duct can be fitted and attached. In order to change the air filters, the wing screw must be loosened and filter taken off. Last but not least, fit the new air filter and tighten the wing screw.